Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. So giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. This is Brother Taza Pai, here with you with another lesson. And I want to bring out or kick this lesson off with Joel chapter 3, verse 9, in light of recent events that took place between Ukraine and Russia. All right. Now, everybody's talking about the Attacker missiles that was fired from Ukraine into parts of Russia. All right. Right. And all of this is in preparation for war. All right. So will there be war now? That took place, because that's what Putin is saying. You know, that's what he's been saying. If y'all infringe upon us, you know, and implement acts of aggression towards us, we will respond. You know, in so many words, this has been coming out of Ukraine, coming out of Moscow from Putin. You know, so Biden gave the call, or, you know, the order that it was okay for Ukraine to use these long-range attacker missiles, which have a range of roughly 300 kilometers, which struck inside of Russia. Now, again, so are we at war? Will there be war now because of this? Or will this just create another rumor of war? But see, we are in these times. And this is why, you know, I want to bring these things out and do this lesson, right? As the Lord told us, you know, he said what was going to happen, what to look for. And that's what we're going to go here. And I'm going to hit right at the point. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. It says, And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, all right, which is Yahushua. So many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, you know. And that's what they coming in, that Christ spirit, all right. I'm the Christ. Or, you know, the vicar of Christ, you know. The next best thing to Christ. And so we've seen this. We've seen it with the Comforter. You know, they can call themselves the Comforter, which is a form of the Christ. You know, so we've seen this. And again, Matthew chapter 24, verse 5, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You see? So, is this going to kick off a war? Or just merely a rumor of war? All right. And this is what, of course, we'll be watching closely, because I don't take Putin or Russia as one to make empty threats. You know, I just don't see them playing them type of games. You know, Putin, he has that masculine demeanor, serious masculine demeanor. You know, I don't take him for the type to play, you know. And that's the whole sentiment of Russia. And, you know, a man can be a man in Russia, you know. But anyway, here we are, Matthew chapter 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. Right. This ain't the end. We ain't even hit the MOTB or Jacob's trouble yet. We ain't hit the hour of temptation, which, to put it in this proper perspective, all right, or in this proper chronological order, you would have to have Jacob's trouble first, because Jacob's trouble is going to lead or usher in that hour of temptation, which is all about the MOTB. All right. And then you're going to have the third woe go hot. All right. See, this is a little preliminary third woe incursions right now. You know, what's taking place in Ukraine. All this is just to provoke the bear. This is them poking the stick at the bear. You know, so now we just have to wait and see what is the bear going to do in return. Are they going to continue to allow the U.S. to poke them with the stick all up in their eye, up in the nose hole, up the nostrils? You know, they're just really provoking this bear, and by bear I'm speaking of Russia. You know, really provoking. But see, all of this is why I started off Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. All right? And war has been prepared. All right? Russia has been stockpiling not just weapons or missiles, but top of the line missiles, top of their class, latest in technology. You know, as they say, the latest and the greatest in missile technology. All right, that's Russia for the past decade or so, longer. All right. So when it comes to nuclear arsenals, America has the most. This virgin daughter of Babylon, they have the most. All right. But Russia has the most advanced technology when it comes to missiles, the hypersonic, and ain't no telling what else they have or are working on. But anyway, right, they have the top technology in missiles. Russia. America has the most. Russia has the best. All right. And so war has been being prepared by all pretty much except for the U.S. The U.S. has been going around the world provoking war, starting wars, all right, selling weapons, shit, giving away weapons. When they left that $85 billion worth of military equipment in Afghanistan, all right, that was a strategic move. That wasn't, oh, we don't have time and fuck that shit, let's go, we got to get out of here. That wasn't that. Oh, well, you know, shit, we forgot. It's 85 trillion in equipment. We forgot about that was over there. Oh, well. No, it was strategic so that they could kick up or keep the ruckus stirred up in the Middle East to arm these different proxy terrorist organizations. And so war has been prepared, is still being prepared because we're in that time. But it says, wake up the mighty men. And that's what they're fucking around doing. Like they say, fuck around and find out. They're waking up the mighty men of Russia. Them men are battle hardened. All right, they don't play them games like y'all play here in the U.S. All right, y'all gonna find out what it is. But right, the mighty men are being awakened. And it said, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to let you hear from the man himself. All right, check this out.
The ATACMS missile by itself is not a game changer. Indeed, this attack that took place, and this is not an attack reported by the Ukrainians or the Americans, it's an attack reported by the Russians. The Russian government says that Ukraine fired 6 ATACMS missiles against a military facility in the Bryansk region. So it's not hypothetical. This has happened. Russian President Vladimir Putin said that if the ATACMS missiles is used to attack Russia, that means that the United States is at war with Russia. So let's be very clear about what happened today. The United States attacked Russia.
And Putin is saying the same thing as well. All right. Because Putin is not stupid. He know the inside baseball of politics, of U.S. politics, world stage politics. And shit, he been in that position that shit, he could damn near be a dictator if it wasn't for the Russian oligarch. All right. Which you got old money in Russia that really calling shots. All right. But the some of them oligarchs. But anyway, Putin understands that you can't just give somebody a U.S. missile and then they're going to be able to operate it or function it properly. You see what I'm saying? So they would have to have trained personnel. And I know you're not going to train nobody the ins and outs of using these missiles overnight or in a couple of days. But you need also the infrastructure for the missile, all right, to guide it. All right, and that is your satellites. So do Ukraine even have satellites? And if they did have satellites, they're not going to, if you were to design a missile, would you design it that any satellite could guide it? Then somebody could take control of your missiles. No, you're going to have it encoded to where only you and your satellites can operate and control that missile. So there had to be some U.S. personnel to show them how to use and operate these missiles, and they had to be guided by U.S. satellites. And this is what Putin understands. So he's calling it a U.S. attack as well, using Ukraine as a proxy. And there's a number of, well, I ain't gonna say a number, the main reason being, what everybody is saying, right, is that, why the U.S. is really escalating this war right now is to either to sabotage Trump in his presidency, and to put him at war, or they could just cancel the inauguration under emergency wartime powers. They can cancel the inauguration. So you got one of those two things can happen from this situation, all right? Either they cancel the inauguration, with a whole slew of executive orders already in place, and they can keep the incumbent administration in power, or they could just leave it, get this fucked up situation to Trump, to sabotage his presidency. But either way it goes, and if Russia doesn't strike right away, something's gonna come from this. All right, and ultimately we know it's gonna lead to the third woe, as the scripture calls it. All right, but as for right now, I personally don't know what to expect, but hopefully, I'm hoping, for some retaliation on the part of Russia. I'm hoping for some Russian retaliation. All right. And the reason being is because, shit, as the scripture said, we won't inherit the wide until we go through the narrow. And I'm quoting 2 Ezra chapter 7. So let's let Scott, speak.
And we need to reiterate that one more time. The United States attacked Russia. Now, the question is, what will happen? You see, this is political in nature. This has changed the entire dynamic of the conflict. It is no longer Russia against Ukraine backed by the collective West. This is Russia against the United States, soon to be against France, soon to be against Great Britain. And if Germany wants to join the queue and provide the Taurus missile, soon to be against Germany. We're at a tipping point. Up until now, NATO has been saying that Russia is bluffing, that Russia will not do anything. That's what NATO was betting on. You see, NATO has 2 months.
Now, I say this, from what I've been seeing from Russia, they've been trying to avoid this shit. All right? Russia got it going on. They didn't form BRICS, about to implement their own world currency, building up their treasury, getting out of debt. You know, they've been out of debt. Sanctions, U.S. sanctions don't even hurt them. You know, from a political standpoint, and I don't know how the people living. You know, I can't speak to that. I don't know nothing about Russian life inside of Russia, but, you know, as the homeland, Mother Russia, got it going on. So why I'm gonna risk war knowing you're gonna shoot missiles over here? Fuck up my motherland, you know, is what they call it. But anyway, you know, why would they want that? Who wants that? So, you know, just on Putin's behalf, yeah, he don't got time for that. He building his country up. But fortunately for us, it's gonna come to that.
To turn this war around, to present the president-elect Donald Trump with a fait accompli, that this conflict will go on, that this conflict is worth supporting. The ATACMS missile attack against Russia, if Russia does nothing, will lead to immediate escalation by NATO. NATO will be prepared to do several things. One, put troops on the ground in Ukraine. Two, to expand air defense coverage out of Poland into Ukraine to start shooting down Russian missiles from NATO territory. Three, backing that up with NATO overflights of Western Ukraine. And they will continue until Ukraine is a de facto member of NATO. This is Zelensky's victory plan.
And I'll stop it right there. And I'll see if I can get that link to put in the description box if you want to check out the rest. It's 15 minutes. But that's what I want to highlight right there. And as he stated, either way, if Putin responds or doesn't respond, this is going to escalate. And it's going to escalate into the third woe, all right? Because like he just mentioned, and that's true, if Putin don't flex, then that's a green light for NATO. Like, shit, these niggas bluffing. They weak. They soft. Let's get them. That's going to signal to NATO. If Putin doesn't do anything, and if Putin does, well then, here come the spin doctors, and more aggression from Russia, unnecessary, unprovoked aggression from Russia, and all, you know, the lamestream media is going to jump all over it and put Russia in a bad light. But then, you know, that's going to escalate. So either way this go, there's going to be an escalation. I'm not saying it's going to start this third woe, because I'm talking about a third world conflict. All right? But it will lead up to that. The escalation will lead up to that. We know at some point in time, they're going to have to come out of Ukraine and Russia and bring their asses to the Middle East. And that's right here. All right, Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. All right. So, right, beating the plowshares and the sword, that's them making ready, preparing war, beating their plowshares and the swords, and their pruning hooks and the spears, so they can get ready for the fight, get ready for the battle. Verse 11 says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. All right. So, yeah, all of the heathen are going to be gathered together for war. All right. And the mighty ones, coming down is the heavenly host. So they're going to get in the battle. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Now, you will read Jehoshaphat, all right? But I pronounced it in the Paleo-Hebrew, all right? So it said, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. And in the Paleo-Hebrew, that's Jehoshaphat. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Shaphat is judgment or either decision. But, right, it's the place where they're going to go, the battlefield for their judgment. All right, so the nation's militaries, on all the militaries in the earth, is going to end up in the valley of the Most High's decision or his judgment to be put to death, because that's the judgment. They all will be put to death unless it's one of the elect among that, in one of the militaries, which it could be. I doubt it, but, that I don't know. But unless there's an elect among one of those armies, they're all vanquished in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East. All right, right around Iraq. In that area, the Levant. It says, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. All right. And the press is full in reference to the wine press. And that's symbolic for the judgment, because the Lord is going to squeeze these niggas like grapes, all right? And their blood is going to be the wine or the grape juice. So that's just symbolic. The press is full, meaning, the measure is fulfilled. All right? The measure is fulfilled. The press is full. And the fats overflow. For their wickedness is great. So that's what it is. Look, it says multitudes in the valley of decision. See, the valley of Jehoshaphat, the Most High's decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All right, so multitudes. The militaries of the world are going to choose a side and go to war. All right, and you already see the sides being taken. Ezekiel 21:10. Well, let's start up. Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord. Say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. All right. So a sword is sharpened, meaning war is prepared. A sword is for war, to go to battle. So it says, say a sword. A sword is sharpened and also furbished. And the Most High is the one that's sharpening and furbishing it. The Most High, this is his work. In order to render up the kingdom to the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans predominantly. Okay? Most High is doing this on our behalf, about to take our enemies to war. So they think they're going to war with it. They think it's going to be NATO versus BRICS. It's really the Most High against all these goddamn heathens. It's really what it is. And they're going to find out what it is. All right? Again, Ezekiel 21:9, Son of man, prophesy and say, thus said the Lord. Say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. All right? This is the Most High slaughter. He had to sacrifice in Basra, which is America, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay? That's why the fat's overflowing. All of the wicked people that's here. The harvest is ripe. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Damn. So, yeah, the Most High ain't playing. Should we then make mirth? You know, that's the sentiment of Babylonians here in America. The average American citizen is looking for what's the term? I guess folly as usual. You know, they're looking for that return to normalcy. And they're not paying attention. You know, you could probably ask people right there at your job, your co-workers. Have you heard about the missiles fired into Russia? And they probably won't know. They'll probably be clueless. All right, now say everybody. You got Edomites that do keep up. You got Jake that keep up with the current events on the political world stage and whatnot. But anyway, a lot of people here in America are clueless, and I'm waiting for the next party, ball game, concert, or whatever, recital, with some whatever. Hey, the holidays, motherfuckers putting up Christmas decorations already. Usually, they'd wait till after Thanksgiving. You know, that Thanksgiving weekend was the earliest I remember growing up. Shit, now, it ain't even, we're just a little half past this month, but I've seen decorations go up as early as 2 weeks ago. You see, because the spirit here is dead, and they're trying their hardest to capture their spirit. They need 2 months now. It used to be they was good with a month. Now they need 2 months because it ain't hitting the same. All right? This shit don't hit the same. It's like that crack, that dope fiend, that crackhead he's still chasing that first high. And they could never get it. Or them first couple of times, they say they spend the rest of their time trying to recapture that first high. And that's what they're doing here in America. They're trying to recapture that glory. And the glory is gone. All right? B.B. King had a song, the thrill is gone. But here for Babylon, the glory is gone. You know? Yeah, that's it. Again, verse 10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. And that we just read? How was that worded? Okay, no, it was. Yeah, it wasn't there. Okay, no, I didn't read that. Salakia. So I'm going to read it again. Ezekiel 21:10. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemned the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it unto the hand of the slayer. You see that? Yahushua. So like I said, they think they go into war in a battle or a struggle for power. But no, y'all go into war so that the Lord can bring this judgment upon y'all. Oh shit, that ain't okay. Yeah. So let's go here. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17, concerning the bear or Russia. All right, here known or referred to as the Medes, because the Russian Edomites today, they actually took over that land from the Medes, all right, out of Japheth. So that's the land of the Medes that they're in. So the Lord here is referring to the Russians as the Medes. So it says, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, the Russians. You see? And we see how the Lord is doing it now. He's stirring them up by constant provocation of war. You know, not to mention all of the slander and fraudulent accusations that they've been hurling, you know, at Putin and the Russians, or Russia. You know, Putin's ruthless campaign of aggression in Ukraine. You know, when he was trying to chill everything out. All right, but it was the West, U.S. and NATO that kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, that's the Most High stirring up the Medes, as he mentioned in Ezekiel 38. Whereas he said in Ezekiel 38, I will put hooks in thy jaws. All right? And that's what all of this provocation and this stirring up has done. It has put hooks in the jaws of the Russians, and they about to go to war. You know, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Yeah, when it's on, when Russian, the Most High is going to put a spirit on them to where they ain't, you know, they want blood. They in it for blood. Now you keep your money. No, I don't want you can keep that gold. And to hell with that silver. They coming for that pound of flesh. So again, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So they're going to go into that real ancient mode of battle. All right? Bloody guts, blood and guts, and not that shoot somebody from 1,000 yards out, pack up your gun and go home. No, they going to be in it to win it. You know them bloodthirsty, like you see them movies about them Vikings and shit like that? Yeah, that's the spirit that's going to be on them. You know? And I know I'm not doing it any justice in how I'm breaking it down or describing it, but they will have a bloodlust on them. And it says, they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb, the woman with child, the woman with the infant, toddler, or whatever. They not giving a damn. All right? It said, their eye shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, all right? That's America. The beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And that's ultimately the judgment of America. So I read to you about the judgment of the militaries of the world. They will be vanquished in this third woe. And then America also will be completely and utterly obliterated. You understand? From coast to coast, sea to shining sea, all you're going to see is an ocean of fire and brimstone, or a big-ass lake of fire and brimstone, where America once used to be. All right? Because this is what it says. And that same way, the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? He rained down fire. Well, fire is going to rain down again on America and other parts of the world in the form of nuclear warheads. And verse 20 says, it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. All right, because the Arabians and shepherds are, for the most part, desert dwellers. And the Most High said he's going to turn Babylon into a desert. But it shall be a cursed desert. All right? Because the curse of Babylon is going to be on this place still from generation to generation. And so much so that even the desert dwellers, the desert dwelling nations and tribes or peoples, not going to pitch tent here. No man will set foot on this land ever again. This proud ass land that said, I am a queen and am no widow. I will not see the loss of children. Well, that's exactly what the Most High is going to do. The Most High is going to widow this place, or make this place a widow, a widower. I don't know how that goes. But, and the Most High is going to deplete America of her children, the citizens. All right? So I'm here at Jeremiah chapter 51. I'm just seeing where I want to start. I guess we'll kick it off here at verse 36. It says, therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will plead thy cause and take vengeance for thee. I will dry up her sea and make her springs dry. So the Lord is going to take vengeance on behalf of his elect. All right. And check this out, verse 37. And Babylon, all right, aka America, the good old US of A, and Babylon shall become heaps, meaning ruins, a dwelling place for dragons, and an astonishment and an hissing without an inhabitant. All right, period. For generations. This place will not be inhabited again. So that's the point right there. So yeah, hey, we just might see the Jacob's trouble, because Rick Wiles from True News saying he believe we gonna see war by Christmas. And boy, I hope he right. Boy, I hope he telling the truth on that one. But you know, he been getting visions, and you know, according to him, he's been getting visions, and he believes that we might see, you know, we might be at war by these holidays. And he said Christmas. So let's hope his vision was true. But However it goes, we don't have long. You understand? We don't have long to be dealing with Esau and his goddamn foolishness, his unfairness, unjustness. All right, the Lord about to come get us. And I'm gonna end it on that note. Shalom.